Right, hello. I'm going to show you how I get consistently high opt-in rates to my squeeze pages. Now, it doesn't matter what campaign I'm doing, I always follow the same routine on my squeeze pages. I always start with 3 identical pages. All the background, the button, everything will be exactly the same. The only thing that will be different is the title. So I'll have 3 pages, all with a different title, just like that. So I'll run several hundred clicks to each page, analyze which is the best one, and work from there. So when I've got my winning title, I move on to other elements. Now then, one thing I've noticed about if you're using subjects such as these with dollar amounts in them, um, odd numbers and exact numbers seem to have a higher opt-in rate. So if that was, say, how to make $500, it'd have a slightly lower opt-in rate than having it as what that is at the moment with the 0.47 cents. You see. So once I've got my winning title, then I'll move on to the other elements of the page. I will split test with and without these security notifications badges. Quite often I don't use these at all. Different niches, different things work in different niches. Like in if I was say offering computer software or something like that, these might work better, but or on a relationship site or something like that. But in the internet marketing niche, they don't seem to have much effect. These type of badges, I think we're immune to them. To be fair, but if there's only one way of finding out what works, and that's by split testing. You must split test everything to be sure if it works or not. If you're just randomly putting stuff out there and chucking clicks at it, you're going to lose money and you're not going to improve your opt-in rate. You must split test everything, and you always start with the title. The title is the biggest governing factor of if your opt-in page um, is going to on how high your opt-in is going to be. Get that right first, and then build up with the smaller elements. So once you've got that, I tend to get rid of these, split test theirs. I will then get 3 different backgrounds, and I'll split test theirs and find the winning background. Um, a blue colour often works best. A C, you often see a lot of C. That's still working quite well at the moment. But again, it's different niches have different set of rules. What might work in the internet marketing niche probably work in the dating niche. You probably need a different colour. There's only way again. You have to split test everything to find out for sure. I always put. I never use. I never ask for a name. I only ask for email. If you're running a campaign now and you're asking for the name and email, you split test it with just by asking for the name, just by asking for the email, and I bet you see a difference automatically instantly. And if you're asking for a name and telephone number and email, well, you do get even lower opt-in rate. The more information you're asking for, the lower your opt-in rate. Simple as that, really. So we've got a winning title. We've got our one email field. Next thing, I often see people just having the button with submit or enter or whatever, subscribe. add a call to action or re-emphasize what you've just said in the title. Don't just leave it as submit. Again, all these little tweaks are increasing your opt-in rate, and add them all together, and it can save you a lot of money and have a big difference. So when we split test 3 different titles, we split test 3 different backgrounds, we split test if we need the security logos or not. We've changed the split test different buttons and different coloured buttons as well. You can split test that as well. Even right down to the copyright at the bottom. Whoops. So then we'll end up with something that looks like this. There you go, a nice bluey sea background. No, none of the garish, all the security looks clean. Obviously, the subject wants a bit of work on, but I've just thrown that into as an example. I don't go blatantly copying it because I don't know how it'll fare, to be honest. And that's it. That's all I do every single time. Now, if you want these background images, just go to Google. See. Let's come up there already. There you go. There you go. If you've got a problem if you don't feel right about borrowing any of these backgrounds, you can go to iStock or somewhere like that and buy them. But to be honest, he'll be good. Plenty to choose from. In fact, I've seen quite a few of these being used before. Yeah, definitely seen some of these being used. So yeah, oh look, shark's mouth there. Could have your submit box right there in its mouth. Yeah, so that's how I get such high opt-in rates. One other thing I must say is split testing, track your conversions, track everything. I have top of the range tracking, but it's just so invaluable. I can even tell you what make and model, if they're on a mobile phone, what make and model they're using. I track everything. But follow these tips in this video. Always make sure that this opt-in box and the submit button is above the fold. Now the fold is the bottom of your computer, the visible screen on your computer. So if you have to scroll down to get to your opt-in box, that means your opt-in box is below the fold. Now often I've seen, look at this. This is an example here. See this white space here. Oops, this white space here. It's pushed everything down. The submit button's just visible, but on some browsers it might not be. And you often see squeeze pages with a big banner across the top, and it pushes everything down, and you can't see the flipping opt-in box. If your opt-in box is below the fold, believe me, your opt-in rate's going to plummet. It has to be above the fold. If it's not above the fold, you're actually throwing money down the drain. If I've got that much to say and it's pushing your opt-in box down, have your opt-in box on the side with a big red arrow pointing at it. Let me just show you an example. This is one of my sites. Look, I've got a big banner across there. This is like a membership site, so it's slightly different, but it's still a squeeze page all the same. And I've got a lot to say. I've got massive headline, you know, I've got all this text here and that, but look, big red area. I've got download now button. Everything nicely and above the fold. They're not going to miss that at all, are they? So yeah, that's it. So good luck with your promotions, and I hope this helps. Thank you.